Hi everyone, welcome to another season of the Courier and Daily Comet's Prep Preview Show. My name is Chris Singleton, staff writer at the Homer Courier and Thibodaux Daily Comet. I'm joined by my co-worker Matt LeBlanc, and it's another season of high school football. Today we're joining you live from the setting of Friday night's big showdown between E.D. White and Vandebilt Catholic here at Buddy Marcello Stadium here in Homer, and it should be an exciting night, exciting season for everyone. And Matt, I know it's been a long time since we watched a high school football game, and it's finally here. What's some of your thoughts, about the season?
Right, Chris. The summer's over, the spring scrimmages are over, the fall camps are over, and jamborees were done last week, and we're opening up with the season this week. You was standing here at Vanderbilt, you got the kids coming out of class, you know it's football season again, and then I know you'll be at the big E.D. White Vanderbilt game that's going to be here Friday night. Just give us some of your thoughts on that game, Chris.
This is one of the best rivalries in our area. Both teams are always competitive. They always get up for this game. It's a very good rivalry. The players know each other, the coaches know each other. Both teams are coming off very successful seasons. Both teams made the playoffs last year. Last week, both teams played in the Thibodaux High Jamboree. Vanderbilt tied Thibodaux 21-21. They gained a lot of confidence in that game. They were able to get some experience for their freshman quarterback, Elijah McGuire. Excited to see how they come up and step up against a good E.D. White team, that wants to rebound from a loss against Assumption, 13-7 last week. You look at the playmakers on both of these teams. Of course, you mentioned Elijah McGuire, the freshman quarterback, and you also have a good defensive unit, which is led by Darren Kitchens, a senior cornerback who's getting a lot of exposure around the area, one of the top recruits in our local area. E.D. White, of course, they got their 1-2 combo of quarterback Grant Chesson and running back Dylan Lede. Vanderbilt knows that they're going to have to stop that 1-2 combo because they're very explosive. They can put up yardage and they can really hurt you if you don't focus on them. Packed crowd here at Vanderbilt, and we're looking forward to seeing how things shape up between these two teams here on Friday night at Buddy Marcello Stadium. And Matt, we have another big game this Thursday night. The day before, Thibodaux High, McDonough 35, two teams loaded with a lot of talent, and it should be a very competitive game between those two in Thibodaux.
Oh, definitely. Thibodaux High and McDonough 35 opening the season against each other for the second consecutive year. These two teams went up against each other to open last season, and Thibodaux won 21-20 on the game's final play. Looking at this season, you've got Thibodaux ranked number 8 in the first Class 5A poll. You've got McDonough 35 ranked number 5 in the first Class 4A poll, and Thibodaux coming off of a quarterfinal season where they lost to eventual state champion West Monroe. Talking about some of the talent that these teams are going to be stepping on the field with, McDonough 35 has a quarterback in Theodis Cobbins. He's a commitment to Kentucky. Their wide receiver Charles Henderson committed to Utah, and they have a cornerback in Devin White who's a highly recruited player. Thibodaux's got another highly recruited player in offensive lineman Greg Robinson. He's been recruited by nearly every major college in the country, and it's come down to LSU and Auburn for him. These two teams kick it off Thursday night in Tiger Stadium in Thibodaux at 7 o'clock. Going to be a great way to kick off the high school football season. We've got a full slate of games coming your way. I'll be down in Napoleonville where the Assumption Mustangs are going to face off against Live Oak. Assumption coming off of a 2-8 season last year. They've got Coach Don Torres. Every time he's there, Assumption seems to have some good, solid teams, and they'll be looking for him to turn things around down there.
Another big one down here in Terrebonne Parish is Ellender at Terrebonne. Ellender, a lot of young players, a lot of inexperience. Terrebonne, a lot of explosive playmakers on offense, Mike Williams, Kirby Bonvillain, Robert Gordon. Even defense returns a lot of great players. It's a rivalry, so who knows what can happen in that game.
Right, another game we have going on down in Galliano this week where the South Lafourche Tarpons are going to host Warren Easton. South Lafourche coming off of a year where they shocked everybody. Coach Terry Farmer took over a month before the season and led them to a 10-2 record the second round of the playoffs. They lost a lot there. They were only bringing back 3 starters, 1 on offense, 2 on defense.
Rummel at H.L. Bourgeois, tough challenge for H.L. Bourgeois. They have a very fast backfill and very, explosive defensive backfield. So Bourgeois has talent. It's just a matter of they can get some experience to those big guys up front.
Over in Matthews, Central Lafourche is going to be hosting Grace King. This is going to be Chad Collet's fourth year coaching the Trojans, and every year that he's been there, Matthews, they've improved.
South Terrebonne at Como. It's going to be a tough game for South Terrebonne, having to take that long trip all the way out to Lafayette. It's kind of like they're going to be tossed into the fire a little bit, you know, against a very experienced, very successful Como team.
St. James and West St. John, a rivalry up there on the river. St. James hoping to continue that winning tradition they have there on the river over in Vacherie.
We have one team that's playing in the Louisiana Christian Association, and that's Covenant Christian Academy, a team playing its first year of high school football. This Friday they're going to be playing Sacred Heart Academy on the road. Of course, the Lions suffered their first loss last week. They're 1-1 this year. They had 7 turnovers in that game against Resurrection Catholic. Matt, I know, we've been doing this for a long time, and we always get excited for football season, and it's finally here. With some of your thoughts for this final week and with some things you want to see, man?
Yeah, this opening week, just looking for all of the teams to make it out there on Friday night, have some success. You've got a lot of the local teams playing teams from out of the area, so no conflict on who to root for there. Root for the local teams, and just make it out to a stadium on Friday night. Have fun.